Well, Nathaniel, the director of the museum, came to see me one day, and he was enchanted by my notebooks and diaries, and moved to the idea of having an exhibition here, which is, an honour. There's a word called hypergraphia, which I think I'm a victim of. It really means being obsessed with writing. And I'm aware that I am a nerd of the first order, and I'm addicted to making marks on paper, whether it's drawing or writing. And writing is a form of drawing in a strange way. You're making shapes and so forth. And also you're making sense of the world around you when you're writing, as you are when you're drawing. The drawings are often done at family homes, sort of whether I draw sheds that my daughters have in their gardens, or views from windows, and ordinary straightforward views. Now this drawing was created because I put the radio on round about sort of 9 o'clock in the morning or something, maybe 10, in my studio, and the announcer put on this CD or whatever, and it was J'ai versé la poison by Massenet from his opera Cléopâtre, and it was so beautiful. It was sung by Magdalena Korzena, and I was so knocked out by it that I could hardly really settle down to working at all. So I thought, well, I might as well do an absurd doodle. And there it is, a ridiculous sort of ornate doodle, really. Here we have, it's called The Knock of the Dew, which was a shock of the new. There was a famous television series called Shock of the New, and this is The Knock of the Dew. And it's about the avant-garde artists, ranging from Duchamp, Rauschenberg, and people like that. And if you look at it carefully, it's taking the mickey out of a lot of these people. The ideal thing about living in the village is you become very familiar with the architecture, the fields, the landscape, and which is, because we're very lucky, it's very beautiful around here. And my wife and I go walking every day, more or less, through the fields and so on. And the inspiration, I suppose the strongest inspiration, was doing an Aesop's Fables, in which I depicted a lot of views of the village and buildings in the village. And there's a big illustration of Wing's Place and various other buildings and landscapes in Aesop's Fables. Also, I drew Wing's Place in a book, Giant Jam Sandwich. It's on one of the last pages. And there's something about the place you live in, which is, because it's in your spirit, you know what to gather, if that makes sense. So in a sense, Ditchling has been an inspiration in a quiet way. In Lewis Carroll's, I think it's Looking Glass, there was a chapter of a wasp in a wig which wasn't used in the final book. And I did a wasp in a wig there, you can see. And I'm allergic to wasps. I was very ill once because of wasps. And I always think, because I did the book, The Jam Jam Sandwich, where a village is invaded by wasps, I think the wasps got their own back. And it was vengeance. There's something about drawing which you know what you're looking at. You look very carefully for something like 5 or 6 hours at the same thing, and you become very intimate with that particular view that you're trying to render in pen and ink or whatever it is. And I've always thought drawing, prompts looking and listening. Looking and listening I would have on the curriculum of all children's schooling and right through, much more important than anything else. And I always think that our life is predicated upon luck or unluck, as much as our DNA and as much as our upbringing and our schooling education. It's luck or the opposite which helps you in life.